Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. After their worst ever Premier League finish, the Red Devils are hitting the reset button. With high-profile exits like Victor Lindelof and Christian Eriksen, Johnny Evans hanging up his boots, and Matheus Cuhna already arriving for £62.5 million, United are making moves. But that's just the beginning. We'll take a closer look at the players returning from loan spells, some full of promise, others still searching for their breakthrough, and we'll also touch on who's impressing, who's likely to be sold, and which prospects might be heading. Manchester United are set for a huge summer in the transfer window as they look to bounce back from their worst ever Premier League campaign. Plenty of incomings and outgoings are expected at Old Trafford, with Matheus Cuhna already completing a £62.5 million move from Wolves. United have also confirmed the departures of Victor Lindelof and Christian Eriksen after their contracts expired, while veteran defender Johnny Evans has announced his retirement. The Red Devils are also set to welcome back a number of players who spent time out on loan. A total of 20 players spent time away from the club last season, and it remains to be seen what the future holds for the vast majority of them. With that in mind, United Report takes a look at how they all fared. The striker had 2 loan spells this season, starting the campaign in League One with Wigan Athletic, but ending it in League Two with Carlisle United. Hugill struggled for game time at Wigan, with the 21-year-old playing a full 90 minutes in the league just twice, and returned to United after notching 2 league goals. He then joined Carlisle in a bid to help their relegation fight, but scored 2 goals in 17 league games as they finished second bottom. Hugill was a prolific goalscorer at youth level, but has yet to find his feet in senior football, and another loan spell next season is likely. The 3 goalkeepers spent 4 months out on loan before being recalled early by the club. Worcester kept 4 clean sheets in 11 games for National League North side Farsley Celtic, while Harrison kept 6 in 18 for Chester. Miles, meanwhile, enjoyed his first taste of senior football with Northern Premier League side Runcorn Linnets. More loan spells next season surely beckon for all 3 youngsters. The 21-year-old starred on loan for Austrian Bundesliga side BW Linz last season, keeping 6 clean sheets in 26 games as they finished in the top 6 in just their second top-flight campaign. As a result of his performances, Vitek could be sold this summer, with the Daily Mail reporting that a number of clubs across Europe are interested in signing the young goalkeeper. The 21-year-old impressed during his time on loan at Fleetwood, making 35 appearances as they finished 14th in League Two. Bennett has said he hopes to build on his spell at Fleetwood and move on to bigger and better things, and perhaps a loan spell at a League One club is on the cards. The defender made 25 appearances as he helped Accrington Stanley avoid relegation from League Two. Al-Jafri also signed a new 3-year contract with United shortly after making the move to Accrington, and he will likely spend more time out on loan next season. The 19-year-old played 30 games for Inverness Caledonian Thistle in Scottish League One last season, largely at left-back, although he also featured at right-back and centre-back. It was Nolan's first taste of senior football, and he is another who will likely go back out on loan. It appears as though Chelsea will not be making his loan move a permanent one this summer, with Sancho having scored 3 goals and provided 5 assists in 31 Premier League games. His time at United appears to be up though, and the likes of Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Dortmund are said to be interested in his services. The young goalkeeper interestingly spent time on loan with Bolton's youth team last season, but it was only a short-term switch for the 17-year-old. Burn Hughes has another year left on his scholarship deal and may earn a senior loan next season. The versatile forward made 15 appearances for Doncaster as they became League Two champions last season. Ennis joined Doncaster on loan in January and was ever present for the remainder of the campaign, having signed a new 2-year deal with United last summer. The teenager joined Cheltenham on loan in January and made 17 appearances as they finished 15th in League Two. Williams scored 2 goals and provided 2 assists, and is another who is likely to go out on loan again next season. Having failed to make much of an impact since joining United from Ajax in 2022, Antony has found some form on loan at Real Betis. Since joining the club on loan in January, he has produced 7 goal contributions in 17 La Liga games. Antony is expected to leave United permanently this summer, and Betis are hoping to sign him, although the likes of Atletico Madrid and Juventus have also been credited with an interest in the winger. Today, we're tackling the growing storm around Manchester United's number 1 Andre Onana. Just 2 seasons in and already at a crossroads, the Cameroonian keeper is now heavily linked with a shock move to Saudi Arabia, just as whispers grow louder about a £100 million offer for captain Bruno Fernandes. Onana was brought in to replace De Gea, but has he lived up to the role? With costly mistakes, dropped games, and now interest from Neom SC, United could be ready to move on, and even eyeing a familiar face in Torino's Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Stick around as we unpack what's fact, what's fiction, and what this could mean for Erik ten Hag's rebuild. This is the United Report, and it's about to get real. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana is another player in the squad who could head to Saudi Arabia this summer amid talk of a lucrative switch for captain Bruno Fernandes. But whilst the Portugal playmaker has been a leading light, Onana continues to underwhelm at Old Trafford. He's just concluded his 2nd season with the club, but has continued to make errors, leading directly to goals. He was signed as David de Gea's replacement, but the jury is out as to whether the club made the right move. Reports have claimed Onana is in advanced talks with newly promoted Saudi Pro League side Neom SC, and that United would be open to his sale. The Cameroon goalkeeper was left out of United's matchday squad to face Aston Villa in their final day win over Aston Villa. Onana was replaced in goal by Altay Bayindir, with Ruben Amorim having to come out and defend his goalkeeper. In April, following a poor showing in Lyon, Onana was dropped for the loss at Newcastle before returning. The goalkeeper's current deal runs until 2028, and a source said Andre's plan is to stay in Manchester, and he wants to knuckle down and get United back to where they should be. His sole focus is on United and nothing else. He's a confident person and wants to prove the doubters wrong. He knows he has made mistakes, but he sees proving people wrong as a challenge. That hasn't stopped reports swirling, and it is understood that the Manchester outfit are considering a move for Torino keeper Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. The 28-year-old started his pro career at Old Trafford before leaving due to work permit problems. The Serbian has played a major role for Torino, keeping 10 clean sheets in Serie A, to put a number of clubs on alert. United are set for a major overhaul, and their turnover of players could be aided by the potential sale of Fernandes, who could leave for Saudi in a deal worth £100 million. Al Hilal want the Portuguese star, who is weighing up the offer, even though Amorim is desperate to keep him. He said, "I just have that feeling." When you talk to someone, you have that feeling if he wants to stay. Of course, in a lot of games this season, he was so frustrated, but he knows what we are doing. The feeling that I have, every time I speak to him, is he wants to continue for sure at Manchester United. But you never know. Rio Ferdinand has told Manchester United star Marcus Rashford that new £62.5 million signing Matheus Cuhna will take the number 10 shirt at Old Trafford. Cuhna, 26, has officially left Wolves and joined the Red Devils on a 5-year contract until June 2030, which includes the option to extend his stay by a further 12 months. United announced the forward's arrival on Sunday afternoon, having been spotted staying at the Lowry Hotel in Manchester with his family. Cuhna will now link up with his international teammates in Brazil before returning to England for pre-season training following a brief holiday. By then, Rashford could have left boyhood club United. The 27-year-old is up for sale after spending the second half of this season on loan at Aston Villa. There's been no indication that Villa will trigger their option to buy Rashford for £40 million, the price which United are demanding from other suitors. Barcelona have held talks with his agent and brother, Dwayne Maynard, but the newly crowned La Liga champions would prefer a loan deal. It's been reported that regardless of Rashford's future, Cuhna will take his number 10 shirt. The United Academy product has worn the number since 2018, but according to Ferdinand's information, it now belongs to Cuhna, after he wore the same number for Wolves and former club Hertha Berlin. Reacting to Cuhna's lucrative arrival, Ferdinand told his TikTok followers, One of the few players I mentioned a few weeks ago, if I had a shopping list, he would be on there. He knows the Premier League, so he doesn't need any adaptation time. This is a huge factor. I think if you're going to go and buy players from foreign leagues, players that don't have the experience in the Premier League, there is always a risk. He has the experience here. We've seen him here. He grew up a Man United fan. I'm hearing he's taking the number 10 shirt, which was Rashford's shirt. What does that mean for Marcus Rashford? I don't know. There are a lot of questions that will be asked about that as well. 17 goals, 6 assists in 36 games for a Wolves team. I think it's impressive. I think the recruitment team for Manchester United would have seen, and the coaches here would have seen, what he did to Man United at Old Trafford. He was slicing through Man United like a hot knife through butter.